Hello art beaters, Becky here for artbeats.com, and I've got a brand new video for you today. Today I'm joined by special guest Tracy from TierraCast to talk about the new TierraCast Keep the Faith collection, which is available now at artbeats.com for you to shop and design with. It's such a beautiful collection, so let's jump right in and take a look. All right, hello, art beaters. Becky here for artbeats.com, and I'm joined today by Tracy from TierraCast. Yay, Tracy.
Hi, everyone.
Hello, Tracy. It's so good to see you again after our Tucson adventures.
We did just get to hang out together when we were in Tucson, so that was fun.
Yes, it was so much fun getting to see you in person after a long time. I've seen you in person before, but it's been a while.
Yeah, so once upon a time we used to come visit Art Beads quite a bit.
Yeah, so really good.
At least once a year we would come up there.
And Julie says hello, and Vicky is saying hello. Hello, ladies.
Hello, everyone. I'm just pulling up the chat so I can.
Oh, perfect.
Oh, hi, Julie. I got to meet Julie Peterson while we were down.
Oh, great. That's wonderful. Yeah, so we're going to be talking about a special new TierraCast release today, Tracy. Do you want to open up? What is this release called?
Well, shall I go ahead and switch my camera?
Yeah, it looks like we've got a good group here already. Marisol is here. Hi.
And that's where all of the good stuff is. So I will go ahead and do that.
And I will make your screen the biggest. There we go.
Okay. So we launched, I'm sure, well, maybe not. Your viewers probably know, if they're familiar with TierraCast, they know we're wholesale manufacturer in Northern California. And so when we do a product launch, we don't sell retail to the to jewelry makers. Hi, Marisol.
Hi.
We sell to people like you guys. You guys buy our products and sell them retail. And so we launched a new product group for you guys on Monday, and it's called Keep the Faith. And it's, as the name implies, it is spiritually themed components. And I was telling the story, I'll move, the flyer is beautiful. I love it. But let's move it. I kept telling the story when we were in Tucson that the launch sort of started with the crucifix.
Okay.
And this is the first crucifix we've ever done. And
it's gorgeously detailed.
Yeah, it's really lovely.
I love the back.
We, our founders, Al and Steve. Al was the product development guy for decades, and they both retired within the last few years, and deservedly so. But Alan would always say he wouldn't do a crucifix. He's not Catholic. He said, it's not my faith. I don't want to mess it up. And so he would just not do one. So when he retired, Kirsten, who is the product development manager that stepped into his shoes, big shoes they were too, but she's doing a marvelous job. She's like, I'm doing a crucifix. So that, I think, is what started the line. And because inclusivity was very, very important to her, it is very important to her. The group does not just focus on Christian faith. It also branches out, and we have a high charm, which is a Jewish symbol. It means life. And then we have a crescent moon and star, which is very significant in Islam.
Okay.
And other traditions. And it's also just a beautiful little emblem on its own.
It's
and
gorgeous.
we have the sacred. These are all so far down. I need people to be able to see them. So I guess I have to hold them all up.
Yeah, you got to bring them up to show the back anyway, because they all have beautiful back sides as well.
So let's just back up. We got to see the crucifix. Beautiful. Maybe I'll just bring that back up just one more time.
Just a reminder.
Yeah, you can see the detail. She just did a marvelous job.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And I'm not Catholic either, but I just love this.
Yes. And Kirsten has such attention to detail that even her nails matched the launch in Tucson, which I was so impressed with.
Yeah. So that's the crucifix. And then we were talking about the inclusivity and wanted to branch out beyond just the Christian belief system. So this is the Chai, which is the Jewish letters and words for life. So
Okay.
you'll hear people say the toast l'chaim.
Yes.
It's got that word in there. It means life. And so that is a very common popular symbol in the Jewish faith. So we've included that. And then we were talking about the crescent moon and star and how that is a symbol in the Islam faith.
Oh, I love the
So,
back of
yeah, look
that.
at the back. It's just beautiful little star, little pattern of stars
Oh,
and round shapes. And then the 8-pointed star for the frame. Really lovely. And then
gorgeous.
let's see, back to the Christianity. We have a St. Christopher medal, which
Okay.
is pretty beloved symbol. The St. Christopher is the patron saint of protection and
Oh.
travel. So this is a symbol that people wear often. They gift it to people who are leaving home. They gift it to people who are
Mm.
traveling. And it's also considered sort of a remover of obstacles. So it's very popular in sports, athletes.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. And
I could
even
see people making like decorations for their rear view mirror in their car with
yes,
that too.
right, because of the travel.
Hmm.
So yes, it's very popular, and even probably outside of the Christian faith,
Hmm.
people just love it. So went with the St. Christopher charm, and then we also went with a peace dove, which we have had a little peace dove in our product line. It's just a little charm with just a dove with a little olive branch in his
Hmm.
mouth. And it's small and it's quite cute. I don't think I have one handy I could show you. But anyway, that's a popular symbol, and we wanted to kind of expand that idea into a pendant.
I
So,
love that.
it symbolizes devotion and peace, obviously,
Mhm.
and resilience. So that's the
That's a beautiful
piece
design.
of
I
charm.
love the kind of
This is
like
a
the.
large piece. So, oh, and it's the shape, the outside shape is inspired by stained glass windows,
Oh, that's beautiful.
which is going to flow through later as we're talking too.
Ah, yes.
And then let's see, this piece, which I didn't know until Kirsten and I were doing our launch preview or on Tuesday. This is this is our Celtic Halo cross, and a
Oh,
Halo cross is one that has a circle, behind the cross, and it symbolizes unity. And Alan would never do a crucifix, but he loved Celtic work because of his ancestry. So
right.
he did a lot of Celtic knotwork stuff, and this is actually one of his parts. It's one that we
Beautiful.
never produced for our catalog, but
Okay.
Kirsten ran across it and said that is beautiful, and we're bringing it out. So
Love that.
yeah, so that's where the Celtic cross came from.
Marisol's asking, is the St. Christopher charm available in all three finishes?
It is not silver and
Okay.
gold. And much of this is silver and gold. The few that we added in copper are because they are kind of a wider appeal thing,
Okay.
and we figured the copper would sell a little better. Copper is sometimes tricky for us.
Right.
It's very people who love copper, but it's
Hmm.
silver and gold always sell better. So we have to
Yes.
kind of choose where we're going to put the inventory dollars. So not everything gets the copper finish. But the Sacred Heart button has it
It's
because,
so beautiful.
again, the Sacred Heart is it's a Catholic symbol, and it literally is the oh wait, it's the there's a phrase and it's
Is,
escaping me,
is it
but
Milagros?
it's the heart of Jesus.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so the Sacred Heart really symbolizes, maybe that's the phrase, the Sacred Heart of Jesus. You'd think after talking about this month now for 2 weeks, all the details would stick in my head. But it is the Sacred Heart of Jesus, and it really does symbolize devotion and faith. And it is just a beloved symbol, really, even outside the Christian belief system. And so we do have a little Milagro heart charm, which you just
Okay.
mentioned. Um, Let me show that. I'm reaching
I do
across.
like that
Sorry.
charm.
Here's the little Milagro heart charm.
So
He's
cute.
been in our line for a while, but we wanted to do a more traditional Sacred Heart design. And again, went with the pendant, more of a pendant
I
size.
love that charm design with the little beading around the edges just for extra
Isn't that
detail. That's just
beautiful?
gorgeous.
And the modeling on the top, is gorgeous. And then the back is just incised. If we had done modeling on both sides, this piece would have been a beast. It would have been so heavy, So the
I
back
like
is,
that it's kind of flat on the back too.
yeah. And then of course we wanted to do that in the button as well. And because buttons are sort of different than charms, the button got the copper.
Okay.
Charm did not, but the button did.
So
And you never know if people really clamor for something in an additional finish. Sometimes we'll add it later, but right now the charm does not.
Speak up and buy if you wanted a copper.
Exactly. Let's see. So then, to go along with all the wonderful new pendants and the button, we needed to do some companion pieces. So Kirsten came up with this, what she calls her Reina pattern. And we did that design. It was inspired by stars, kind of celestial inspiration, but also feels very floral. It's got kind of almost a diamond flower kind of thing. So we used that pattern in both a small link, and an earring post.
I can see the earring post with just links going down to make just one long drop earring.
Yes, so I definitely played with that idea when I was So that's the Reina. And then we've had these little marble pieces were a lovely idea for display, but they're slippery. So they slide all over. So this is a little infinity link.
I love that.
Yeah, symbolizes infinity, and it's had varying degrees of popularity, in jewelry making off and on over the years. Was super popular 10 or so years ago. And so we did a big one. We have a big infinity that was made more as a bracelet focal, but we really decided we needed a smaller one.
I think that ties in the inclusivity theme well.
I agree. Yeah, that's a good observation, Becky. And so then the last components, let's get these off of here so they're not such a distraction.
We like being distracted by pretty things.
I know. These are our cathedral components. This is a 5-to-1 link. And if you remember when we were talking about the pea stuff charm, I was talking about how the shape was inspired by stained glass window. And so Kirsten carried that shape over to these cathedral links and then also kind of scaled them down and made them into a toggle clasp as well.
Oh, I love that. I love a good link with a bunch of opportunities for dangles on
them. We have had like 5-to-1 links, of course, in the past, but we wanted an updated version because chandelier earrings, people really love chandelier earrings right now. So
I am one.
Yep. So that's it. That is all the components for this new launch. And I'm assuming you guys just have them all.
Yes.
If anybody's curious about this was our little card that we put in the swag bags for our recent show. And Julie, our sales rep, who's been with the company for literally decades, and I don't just mean two, sometimes she likes to do, if we have an event coming up that coincides with the launch, she likes to do a playlist.
I love that.
So this was our little marketing card that we took to Mojo with us. We stapled one of the new parts to it, and that went in all the swag bags. And I just loved the color of it, so that's why I had it on the table.
It's so beautiful. And you have some jewelry inspiration for us as well.
I sure do. It's coming. Yay. I have it on trays. So we were going through all of the beautiful new parts. And of course, we make jewelry so that we can market the parts. So I'm just going to kind of go through them. Some of them are already on our website. If you don't mind, I don't know if I can make a comment, but We
I
could
can
link,
link it.
yeah, just to the inspiration section of our website, because then people can see all the details for the different designs, and they have downloadable project sheets as well. So then they'll have their part list. They can come shop with you and get everything they need.
Yes.
So we did, of course, we had to do a rosary.
Mm-hmm.
So initially, Kirsten wanted to do a centerpiece, a rosary centerpiece to go with a line. And that didn't make it into the group, but we already had some that work as centerpieces for rosaries. So this is our
Lovely.
Rose Trinity link. And then we have another one called Our Lady link, and it has a picture of Our Lady on one side and a rose on the other. So that's also a 2-to-1, works well for centerpiece for a rosary. And we were really, our marketing feel for this launch was jewel tones and rainbow kind of approach.
Mm-hmm.
So I just got a lot of different colored faceted round gemstones to make this.
I love that.
And it was a fun project.
I think the rainbow tones just really look like stained glass too.
That was a big part of the inspiration. You can see what our graphic designer did with the all stained glass. And so then we also did, we used the Celtic halo charm, just really needed a more kind of monochromatic sort of approach. It's got little tiny pops of green, but I used labradorite.
Oh, I love labradorite.
Just because I wanted the Celtic knotwork to not be distracted by a bunch of rainbow colors. So this one got more of a monochromatic.
Gorgeous.
And of course I used the new toggle with that. So. And then we were talking about making chains with that link. And I didn't quite do that here, but I did pair the link with the post for these earrings that have the crescent star charm. So these amethyst beads are just like.
Oh, wow. Is that all one bead or did you stack 3?
3 chips.
Oh, love that.
They're like the most beautiful thing on the planet. And I'm not even a purple person, but I just adore these.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah. And then the sacred hearts.
Oh.
We like to use buttons in jewelry a lot more. Yes. So more than just closing off bracelets. We love to use them in earrings. So this is a pretty simple little construction, really. It's just a little bit of 20 gauge craft wire.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. And so
that's a really great way for using buttons.
Yeah, those instructions are on the website for that one.
Perfect. And I posted the link in the chat.
Oh, good. The rosary's in there. This was a fun design. At some point in our jewelry design process, Julie was talking about Psalm 23 bracelets, and I was like, "What are those?" And she said they're bracelets where there's a series of colors that you use, and each color coincides with a line from the psalm. So they're called Psalm 23 bracelets.
That's
cool. And so I made one of those using that little Sacred Heart button, and I threw in one of our little cross charms, and just used some colorful crystals in the pattern. And this is a bead crochet. This one's not on the website yet, but it will be sometime.
I love bead crochet. It feels like just so nice and organic. Like it's really fun to do it.
But I always feel like it's so fussy to get going with it.
So, yeah, but once you get going, then it's quick.
Then it's so easy. Then you go, oh, this is not that hard. What was I, why was I fussing about it? So, I'm very guilty of that. That was the project that was at the very end of the list, and it almost didn't happen. So this is the little high charms, and I paired those with one of our Star of David charms.
Perfect.
Which is an open design, so I was able to just link. Let's see if I can get that up.
Cute.
Yeah, because it's an open design, I was able to just link the little bead dangle I made right to it. If you can see that. Yeah. So that was fun. I enjoyed making that one and working with that little charm as a link. Mm-hmm. St. Christopher necklace, again, just uses those little Reina pieces.
I love that. It's so delicate looking.
Yeah, you will usually see a St. Christopher charm just on a chain, very simple. But I wanted to dress it up a little bit, so I just incorporated the links and some little bit of gemstone color.
Mm.
This might be my favorite or not. I don't know yet. This one was fun just because I wanted to really go with the rainbow and I wanted to go with the crystals. So I used 8mm bicones and I really messy wrapped the wire.
Gorgeous.
And I actually made head pins from the craft wire.
Oh,
So
cool.
I don't know if that's a technique you've worked with, but it's really fun.
I've not done it like that. Did you coil the end of the wire?
Yeah, you coil one end of the wire, and then you thread the other end up and through and kind of pull it all together. And then
that gives it a lot of movement.
Yeah, so this was a fun necklace, and I thought it was great to show with the crescent moon and star.
Yes, and I love that it's reversible with that charm because the back is just as pretty. Wow.
Yeah. And then this one might be my favorite. I know I just said that, but this one was just so fun. I got these 4mm fire polish beads in all these rainbowy colors, and I just made a 5-strand. I just started beading and did a color block approach. So it's all on stretch cord, and it's got our little tiny 8/0 seed beads, we call them. They're little metal beaded beads.
Yes, that's beautiful.
And one of our bales that so this I just wrote. It's on the website, but I actually don't know if it's visible yet. But my favorite trick for making a stretch bracelet is I'll begin or end with a large hole bead. So then when I tie the knot, I can tuck that knot right inside. Yes. And this is actually a bale, but same set. It's got a large hole. So you can tuck that knot right inside.
Really good tip.
My favorite stretch cord bracelet tip.
I love that Sacred Heart charm as a dangle on a bracelet. It's just, it's so eye-catching.
Yeah, that's something. And of course, with something like this, you could use any of the charms.
Uh-huh.
All right. And here's Becky's. Oh, wait. This might be my favorite.
Ooh.
This is those Reina links again with that amethyst, and it's in the copper. Because the toggle and the link, because they're more usable with other components, we did do those in copper. And again, I paired it with, copper and purple is always a win.
Such a good combo. And the shape of those links is perfect with the shape of those chips. It's just perfect complement.
Yeah, and I did sort of a similar approach with the little infinity. I couldn't find this bracelet the other day, so I couldn't show it on when we did our live stream. But it turned up yesterday as I was digging through the stuff that came back from Tucson and is still in piles all over my office. It will take me forever to get it all put away.
Yes.
But I did use those infinity links with just little beaded sections. And so that was
so pretty.
Very
I love the colors you chose.
Yeah, fun. Here's Becky's favorite.
I love these, you guys. They're amazing. They just look like stained glass, and I love the technique you used in the center. Do you want to tell us about that?
I do. I'm just gonna get them on their own little mat so you can really see them better. So this is the 5-to-1, the Cathedral 5-to-1, and of course we wanted a chandelier earring. And somewhere in our design process, Kirsten and Julie found some earrings that had a stained glass kind of treatment with resin. And I'm like, well, I could play with that idea. We could put some resin inside the 5-to-1 link and see what happens. So I played with the idea. And I'm a big UV resin person, but I couldn't find something that would tint the UV resin like I wanted. Okay. So I ended up using a dimensional adhesive, and I used a little bit of Vintage has a product called Ultimate Paint, and they also have an Ultimate Stain. So I just put a little drop of the blue stain in with the dimensional adhesive, and you can see it's kind of translucent.
Yeah.
I kind of got just what I wanted, and then I did this really, really super special technique to make the design on the resin once it was cured. I used a small tip Sharpie. So I just drew a little pattern and I copied it.
It turned out so amazing.
And then I used, our little celestial links, Becky, that are 2-sided and are glued with crystals. Yes. And they also come empty. So I used the blank ones, and I only put crystals on one side, but I wanted blank ones so I could put more colorful crystals in there.
Yeah, I love that.
So,
Oh, it's
so
such a beautiful design.
these were super fun to make, and really came out kind of great.
Incredible, yeah.
Yeah, and then the last thing I did was just a 5-strand. I wanted to use. There's too much other stuff on the board, so we got to clear it off. I did a 5-strand using that cathedral link, the 5-to-1 cathedral link.
Okay. Oh, yeah, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
That's a really great use of that.
Right. I just used some chain, used some gemstones. I'm actually not quite sure what these are. I think they're fire polish. Threw in one of our little crosses that we had. Oh, you guys can't quite see it all. Threw in one of the little crosses that we've had for a long time, and then threw in one of our big crystal bezels, and just really, we hadn't used, we tend to use a lot of leather in our jewelry design, leather cord, but this group was like, Kirsten just kept saying, I don't know, I don't feel the leather. But I managed, and I didn't either. It felt like it needed more gemstones and crystal and chain. But with this one, I'm like, okay, I could get away with a little bit of that really fine deer tan lace. And so that's what I did for just this strand up here. So,
I love that.
Yeah, it came out good. I was okay with it.
I love that you are using, that's the beauty of TierraCast, is like you have this new collection, but it works so well with things that TierraCast already offers. So it's great to see that in these designs that you're making. You've got that cross there, that beautiful bezel with the gorgeous crystal stone. And yeah, it just all works together beautifully.
Well, I kind of insist on that, Becky.
Yes.
When product development is coming up with ideas, I'm like, well, it needs to be able to play nicely with other stuff. So I kind of insist on it.
So wonderful, wonderful addition to the already amazing components that you guys offer. So yeah, so I added a link to our TierraCast section.
So I have another little group of designs to show back. I don't know if we'll have time to do any demoing. It depends on how
you've got so much jewelry to inspire us. And remember that the TierraCast website has some of the inspiration already available now with instructions, which we've linked as well. So so great.
Yeah, so these were just, we were down in Tucson at the show, and we needed jewelry designs that were simple and easy to do there. So these are just some of the ones that I had available for people to play with down there at our booth at the show. So I did a little variation of those cathedral chandelier earrings with suede lace.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I did a little friendship bracelet using that kind of color blocked seed bead stretch bracelet idea, but I worked in some of our alphabet beads because I think alphabet beads are a little bit on trend right now.
Yes, they are. That's a good reminder that TierraCast has alphabet beads and they're great. So make sure.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to my live demo next week is going to be a variation of this.
Perfect.
So if anybody watches our live stream demos, we just kind of resumed. We took January off because we were just too busy prepping for Tucson. But so I'll be back at it next Tuesday, and this is going to be my first demo.
Yeah, Tracy does great demos, so definitely follow the TierraCast page if you don't already.
Thanks. Yeah, 11 a.m. on Tuesday.
Perfect.
And then I did a much more simplified version of those crystal. It had. Oh, I forgot to mention that some of our little charms down at the bottom were a fun addition for that.
Those are nice on those. I just love those links that can hold the crystals. That's such a great use. Just a little pop of color.
And then the last little project we had down there was we worked the leather in. We always do. We did just a simple little leather version bracelet using the Sacred Heart button.
Gorgeous.
And we did 2 variations of this. We did a Psalm 23 pattern, and we did a chakra pattern down there. I don't have those bracelets handy, but this was the original inspiration. So
I love that.
Yeah. And that was all the stuff.
So pretty. Oh my gosh. Look at all that gorgeous jewelry using the new Keep the Faith collection. Oh,
Yeah. Oh,
so
and
pretty.
here was our variation of a St. Christopher necklace for
Oh,
the show,
perfect. More leather. Yay.
just on leather. Yep.
And that guru bead. I love that.
Oh yeah, guru beads are great. They're sort of a bail. We came up with guru beads a few years ago because malas were so very popular.
Yes.
And we're like, well, we don't want a traditional guru bead, which has 3 holes. It's a tricky
Right.
little thing. I'm like, we can't cast that literally. So we're going to make a guru bead that's more of a bail.
I
So
love that. It makes
yeah.
it really easy to use. And so you can use it for all
Mhm.
kinds of different designs, not just
Yeah.
mala style
Because
jewelry.
a
So that's really
traditional
cool.
mala would be a fiber kind of strand that then
Mhm.
would finish by coming through the traditional guru bead. But in this case, you would just hang a tassel at the bottom.
Yep. So
Yeah.
pretty. Oh my gosh. Well, thank you, Tracy, for sharing all of this
So much.
inspiration with us. Everybody's like so amazed by these. Cray loves the earrings. Marisol said more crystals make everything mo better.
Yeah, I was saying earlier, I'm not really a purple person, and I'm also
Mhm.
not really a sparkly crystal person. But when used like sparingly, like in these,
Yes.
I think it's perfect.
There's room
And
for it all with your
yeah,
creativity.
it is.
Cray's asking, can I get the pattern for Psalm 23? I don't think you have the pattern for that bracelet yet, but do
I
you
do
have
not
that little
have.
chart with the meaning of it?
I do. The
That
question
might
is,
be
what
helpful.
is it? Let me look. Remember how I said that all of the stuff from the show is like all over the place in piles?
Yes.
So when that particular project is not up on the website yet, but you can find, if you Google Psalm 23 bracelet, you'll get all kinds of
Okay.
you'll get all kinds of information, including we
The
found this
color
image.
pattern.
We found this image just doing the search for Psalm 23 bracelets, and we're
Okay.
like, that is perfect. We'll print that out and laminate it, and that will be the guide for this bracelet. And I will either come up with my own version of this, or I'll get permission from someone to use this that will go on when I get that project up on the website.
Great.
I'll include this,
So
but
it's
that
coming.
won't be for a little bit.
And then CD said, your designs are so creative. Thank
Oh,
you.
thank you.
Yes. Tracy makes some amazing pieces, and we're so happy that she shares them with us to share with you guys and inspire everyone.
Right. Thank you. Thank
Woo!
you.
Yeah, so this collection is just so beautiful. I love that it covers a wide array of different faiths, and I really like
Mhm.
that inclusivity approach to it, and just the way that you presented it in the jewelry is so amazing. So yeah, Landa says she loves the new collection and all the new projects. So yeah, so I provided a link for where you can shop TierraCast at artbeads.com, and there's also a link in the chat for the inspiration pieces from the TierraCast website as well.
Yeah.
And it sounds like more is coming.
Yes, I kind of got a phase 1 up, and words. I got the first phase published yesterday on our website. And then I'll be working on now. These ones will not be in the initial. The ones we took to Tucson, they won't be in the initial
Okay.
groups, but there are designs here that maybe at some point we'll be able to photograph them and get them added. But really, the ones that are going to be up on the website are the ones we did for the initial launch and did the photography for. So not everything you saw here today will be on the website, but many of them will, and we'll be adding those within the next.
Yes. And you can always come back and watch this and kind of look at the things that inspired you again and make your own versions of them. We love to inspire creativity here.
So shall I switch my camera back?
Yes, let's see your beautiful face.
You saw so much good stuff, and now you probably just need a break from all of it.
There we go. Well, thank you so much, Tracy, for joining us today and sharing the brand new Keep the Faith collection from TierraCast. It's a gorgeous collection. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. I hope that this was inspiring and helpful. Please make sure to leave a like and a comment. And as always, make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit that bell button for notifications every time we post a new video. Thank you so much again, and I will see you next time. Bye.